Okay, Path of Exile. Path of Exile.
Holy shit! I'm not just confirming the way it works! I don't care! I'm just using this as a fucking example! You dumb fuck!
That's crazy.
Holy shit! Are you fucking slow in the fucking head?
Stop staring at me, dude. Stop staring at me. So, for getting this build up and running, you pretty much want to start off picking up two-handed weapons that work with splitting steel, using splitting steel until you get to level whatever it is, like level 20 or something, or 50. Wait, fucked it up already, bro. Splitting steel. Oh, shut the fuck up. So, to league start with this build, you're gonna want to start off with splitting steel. Once you hit level 12, switch straight over to spectral helix, and then once you're level 28 and upwards and have a 4-link, okay, I would not suggest switching until you have a 4-link. You can then go Cyclone and Shockwave, okay, with the other support gems. Pretty simple. You just keep on blasting, keep on gearing up, and then pretty much just use the non-crit tree till about level 90, I would say. Or if you have insane currency early and you can just buy all the really good gear, I mean, you could probably switch earlier, honestly. Like, I mean, I would switch the second you can, really, to crit, because the crit version's gonna do, like, literally 500 times the damage. Without further ado, let's get right into the gameplay. So as you can see here, it's a pretty simple build. You've got a few buttons. You can spin around, which will proc your Shockwave gem, which has a cooldown, but does a ton of damage, okay, because of the secret tech that we're using in this build. We're using a Pride setup with the Divine Blessing support, which allows us to temporarily give us Pride, but doesn't reserve any mana, so it's very, very, very powerful, very powerful. We're using Flame Dash, it's our movement skill, and we've got Ancestral War Chief for that multiplier to my Shockwave damage, as well as it also memes. And pretty much the gameplay goes just like this.
I can't do this just yet.
You spin, and then you win. Okay, you can see basically immediately upon hitting a monster, the Shockwave support procs doing around 265% weapon damage. And because we've got a ton of damage nodes in Impale, this is actually Giga Dam. On top of that, we have the Slayer main, which gives us a 20% cull, and the Crazy Life Overleach, giving us recovery that we need to survive. This is going to be what I'm going to be running on League launch. It's going to have, basically, I'm building a really defensive version. I will give you POBs for a softcore version as well if you want to do this on softcore. And this is basically just a demo to give you an idea of what it's going to be like. Okay, you're going to see here, we come to the boss here. So when we come to the boss, what we want to do, boys, what we want to do is we'll make sure we press Divine Blessing, Pride, drop down the totem, and then watch this.
Conflict, pleasure.
This is like very budget gear I'm using right now. I intentionally made my character ultra shitty, okay, just so you guys can get the idea of you know what it looks like. This is the non-crit version that I'm going to be starting with. There will be 2 treats, pretty much just start off non-crit, and then once you get the money, you're gonna and the gear, you'll then switch to crit. So you can do it however you want it. Let's get into the POB. Just on a side note, the flasks you saw in this video here, obviously these aren't real flasks. I'm intentionally using trash flasks just to show you the power of the build. So this right here is my Shockwave tree that I'm going to be hopefully running in HCSSF. You can see here, it does around 2.2 million DPS consistently to bosses, sits at 7,200 life, and we also are spell suppress capped with the Slayer Overleach. And pretty much, it's kind of a boring tree. You're just stacking life nodes and then jewels. Probably the hardest thing, or like the most custom thing about it, is getting some cluster jewels. So you're going to want to get 2 8 passive jewels. One of them is for can just be any sort of 2-handed weapons or like physical. You're pretty much just looking to get this node right here, sure-footed striker, which gives you critical strike chance, and then 5% chance to deal double damage, which is just like a more multiplier for us. And then you got Defeated Fury, which is nuts on Slayer because you're always leeching. And then you're just picking the 2 jewel sockets, and you're pretty much just looking for life and crit multi. Now, in the ideal world, you're gonna have a ton of crit multi. Like you could have like life, crit multi, crit multi, crit multi, right? But I'm being kind of generous here and just saying we only have 1 roll. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for. You're picking up Impale wheels. Now you can remove Impale if you get it like really nutty jewel. So you could have like a jewel, for example, that has life, crit multi, and impale chance. Or you could even have like glove implicits with impale chance. You basically can remove the impale off the tree. It's not necessary, but I've put it on the tree just so that way you know you can cap impale just from the tree quite easily. And yeah, anyway, you're just going through. This right here allows us to get an extra aura, which is super OP because auras are so busted. We're then just zooming along, getting as much life as possible whilst getting the efficient crit nodes. And another cluster jewel setup right here, again with more life and crit multi. These are the most busted nodes in the game, honestly. This is what makes staffs actually vibe. And this gives us just a shit ton of crit multi and crit strike chance, as well as getting some block. If you are softcore and you don't care about survival at all, you can just pick the damage route for here and just skip the block entirely and just save a few points here. Some of the features of the build, because you're playing with staffs and you're critting, you get this really awesome ability to have infinite endurance charge generation, because 10% chance to get endurance charge on a melee critical strike. Guess what? You're attacking like 5 times a second, and that's not even counting the shockwave, so you're actually attacking like fucking 10 times a second. You get endurance charges all the time, which is really nice. So then you can pick up the easy endurance charge nodes, and you're going to be sitting there with basically 5 endurance charges at baseline. You can even have 6 endurance charges depending on the staff you use, because you can actually pick up the staff that gives you an extra max endurance charge. In terms of items, you're going to be looking for a staff. This can be either a Maelstrom staff or a Eventuality Rod. Okay, for softcore, I would suggest going Eventuality Rod because there's just more damage. For hardcore, I would suggest going the Maelstrom staff. And it's pretty simple. All you're looking for is you don't really care about attack speed at all. It's nice to have, but whatever. You're just looking for physical damage. You're looking at the 2 damage ranges, because all that Shockwave cares about, it doesn't care about the DPS. It just cares about the flat damage on your weapon. So you're looking for % physical damage, flat physical damage, and you're looking for critical strike chance to really min-max that. In terms of gearing, it's pretty simple. You just want to get like life and accuracy wherever you can get it, and then just get spell suppression. Just spell suppression everywhere. Some important features I would say would be the Eldritch. There's an implicit you can get on gloves using the thing. The editor can add in whatever influence it is that gives you rage on hit, which is nice. There's also an implicit on gloves, which also gives you spell suppression, which helps you get your cap, which is really nice. And one of the things we're abusing with this build is the implicit on boots that you can get with a new currency, which basically drops brittle ground. And what this brittle ground does is it gives you literally 5 base critical strike chance. The way that works is your base critical strike chance is for a staff is like 8.7. So 5 base is literally like 60% more critical strike chance. So it's super busted. And pretty much the gameplay is, as you're fighting the boss, you just have to kind of like weave through it occasionally and just make sure the brittle debuff is on the boss. So that way you get like crazy crit chance, which means you can easily get to like 90%. A unique you can pick up, which is really nice, and it's one of my favorite uniques, is Death Rush Ring. And it synergizes with the build extremely well, because A, we need cast risk, B, we need accuracy rating, C, it's like a guaranteed way of getting onslaught 24/7 in maps. For Boston, you can switch this out, obviously, although it's still a pretty decent ring all around. You don't even need to switch it out, but it's just a super synergetic ring for the build we're doing here. Obviously, if you can, get Flat Fizz, and on your amulet, if you can, you want to grab like the crit multi. With belt, you can get cooldown reduction on your belt, which is, you know, pretty solid, because that gives you like 20% cooldown recovery rate. It's like 10% activation frequency for Shockwave, just technically like 10% more Shockwave damage output, you know, when you're fighting bosses consistently, which is kind of nice. And yeah, that's pretty much the gear. I will link the POBs down below, and you can switch between, you know, the non-crit and the crit versions. I'll make sure I label everything properly. But yeah, this is the build that I'm going to be running. Use it at your own risk. You know, that's what's going to happen. You're going to spin in there, boy. Shockwave's gonna proc. Bang. Okay, huge damage. Big AoE. Your practical damage output is actually far higher than this number here. This 2.2 million, dude, that's actually like closer to 3 mil for the first second that you're hitting a boss, right? So you're gonna have like that upfront big damn, which should be pretty, I feel like noticeable and pretty useful versus like, you know, bosses like Maven. Right, she teleports away. You have downtime. You get up to her ass. Clap her with some shockwaves, you know what I'm saying? I can guarantee you, because I've practiced this and I've used this in bossing situations, you can run some clips of me killing some bosses using this build. It's gonna be a decent build, and it should be a lot of fun. Okay, until next time, thanks for watching, have a good one, and I'll see you later.
Welcome aboard.
It's fine, we're gonna get tons of AoE, it's gonna be sick, don't worry about it. What the hell's going on here? My dash isn't working. Alright, look at this damage, boys. Look at this damage. I'm ramping. We're hopping off. Yeah, the leveling tree is there, bro. The leveling tree is there. I mean, what do you mean? The leveling tree is there, bro. Okay, take notes.
Eternity later.
Man, you think this boss is hard, bro? The fuck is that? What is that?
Holy shit! I'm not just.
Okay, Soulstorm, this fire pillar works.
Fire prevails.
What even killed me? Actually, I'll this ice over here. Badass, dude, badass. That was awesome. Lagging.
Your champion.
It's correct zone, by the way, guys. Still just dead anyway, guys. It's Avalanche literally in the zone, in the fire zone. Literally like dying, spamming my health bar, just did the thing, I just died. This fight is fucking dog shit trash.
Inspect your champion has fallen.
What the fuck is that?
Whatever,
bro! Wanna be?
The cleansing fire prevails.
This fight is so dog shit, dude. What even is happening? Like...
Your champion has fallen.
Welcome aboard.
Inspect your champion has fallen.
Retrospect. I do need to figure out what my little... You can run some clips of me killing some bosses using this build.
I've never understood why you don't just play what you want even if it's a meta build. If it's meta it won't matter because your cooked brain will just make the build take a hard
Did I
left
make the
off
meta?
into...
I only play meta builds when I make the meta. You understand me? I only play meta builds when I make the meta, which has happened multiple times. But that's a fact. So I don't know if you know chat. Build request. I felt like I was in build guide and can't even get back to Tower. Can I have any other builds of recommendation? Okay, dude. This is tough.
Because he is.
God game.